it's Tina for Cat Scrappiness. Today I have a super fun card to share with you using all product Cat Scrappiness. So by now you've seen the cloud backdrop die. It's been released several days ago, and I'm using some earlier releases for March. So I'm going to show you all the product that you need to use to make this card. So here is the cloud backdrop die. And what it does is it gives a stitched impression. You're going to be using the Crafter's Essentials Easter, the Grassy Hillside, and I use this 3 times. For the He Is Risen die set, I use the 2 clouds. This also is a new release for April, and it's called Friendship Greetings. And last but not least, I am using the butterfly backdrop die to create the 2 butterflies that are in my card. So let's get started. So we're going to start first with the background. So I die cut the cloud backdrop, and look how beautifully detailed it is. Super pretty. So next, you're going to cut from the Crafter Essentials Easter, the Grassy Hillside. We're going to cut it 3 times in green and offsetting it each time. So here are the Grassy Hillside. And then from He Is Risen, you're going to cut the clouds 3 times. So 1 large and 2 small. So I have those. So there we go. We roughly have our background, and it's time to assemble it together. So I'm going to be using the Nouveau Deluxe adhesive glue to help me glue down my hillside. And I'm only going on the top because I'm going to be trimming off any excess. And I'm being careful because I have it all placed so that it all fit together. Now I can adhere the glue everywhere. And what I do like about this glue is that it does give you enough time to move things around before it actually dries completely. And now I'll remove whatever excess . There you go. We have our hillside done. Now for my clouds, I'm going to pop them up with some foam tape. So I've already applied the foam tape, and now I'm removing the release sheet, and I'm going to be placing it on the card. My card will be an A2 size card that's 5.5 by 4.5 folded. So I have a sheet of heavyweight cardstock. It's measuring 8.5 by 5.5, and I'm going to score it at 4.25. I fold it in half. And now I'm going to gently go over the edge. So to adhere my panel to the front of the card, I'm once again going to be using the Nouveau Deluxe adhesive. And once again, the reason is that you get enough time to be able to place it properly before it actually dries. And now what I like to do is I just like to put an acrylic block on so that it'll dry flat. So my panel has dried, and now I'm going to take scissors and just remove the excess. For my sentiment, I'm using I Appreciate You from the new stamp set, Friendship Greetings. So I'm going to use versafine black ink. I've placed it in my positioning tool only because I want to make sure that if I have to go back a second time, that I'll get the stamping in the same place. And I don't have to go back a second time. While I have my stamping positioner tool out, I have to now do the image, and I'm using Gina K Designs Amalgam ink. And the reason why I'm using this ink is because I'm going to be coloring with alcohol markers, and I really find that this is a really good ink and it won't smear. I am using it on 110-pound cardstock, and I had to remove my foam pad because it is a cling stamp. So now I'm going to close the lid and press firmly. I do have to ink it up one more time. And it's perfect. So I colored in my image and I cut it out with my Scan and Cut. And now I'm removing the release sheet. I've put foam tape on the top and Nouveau Deluxe adhesive at the bottom. Because there's a bit of dimension on the hillside, I needed it to pop up a bit. Now I'm going to add some butterflies from another set. So from the butterfly backdrop die, I only want a couple of the butterflies. So I cut a scrap piece of cardstock and I taped it down, and I'm going to pass it through the die cut machine. So I did want to tie in the orange that's in the center of my daisy, and so I colored up the two butterflies with the same alcohol markers that I used for my image. And I brought in a stylus with a pad just to give it some shape. So what I did is I turned it over, and in a circular motion, I just to the wings did it on the back side. And then I just gently went in the center to give it the dimension. And now I'm going to adhere it with double-sided foam tape. So for this one, because they're very small butterflies, I'm using the adhesive foam from Doris. They're very, very fine strips, and it's perfect for small little detail. So I'm removing the release sheet. And I am adding it to the front of the card. And there you go. All the products used for this card is listed below, as well as on the blog. To receive 10% off your order at Scrappiness, use code TINA10 at checkout. Thank you for stopping by, and wishing you all a wonderful day. See you again soon. Bye.